If you're new to Japanese, you're thinking, this means, what is kinyobi? You're thinking, kinyobi, nan desu ka? What is it? That is never the case. This nan is not what. Hey everybody, welcome to Japanese from Zero. I'm George Trombley, and today we're going to be going through Japanese from Zero, Book 5. I believe it's section 2.1 and 2.2. What does it mean when they add the nan desu or the desu? It's a big problem for a lot of people, but I'm going to give you the shortcut right now. It doesn't really do much. The meaning in English probably doesn't really change. Slightly it does, and I'll show you how it does. Here we go. Let's go through it. So what we're talking about is ending a sentence with nan desu or desu. And what it does is it confirms things, it emphasizes things, it gives you a reason why something happened. These are all the technical reasons, but in the end, when you look at the translations, you'll see, is it really doing that? I mean, yeah, it's doing that, but does it really matter if look, long story short, you can ignore the nan desu and the desu, but if you want to sound natural, you'll learn what they're doing. Let's go through it. All right. First, let's do a quick look. So, for example, we have this simple sentence right here.
そうですか?
Just like, is that so? Oh, is that the case?
そうですか?
But what if we add the nan desu? What if we add that?
そうなんですか?
そうなんですか?
そうなんです
A
か?
little bit different sounding, right? Is that so? The meaning doesn't change. Is that so? Oh, is that the case?
そうなんですか?
All right. We could respond with it also. We could say, そうですよ. Yes, that's the case. Or we could say,
そうなんですよ.
そうなんですよ. Yeah, that's it. That is indeed the case.
そうなんですよ.
Okay. But the meaning is really not different. Now, I've said this before, but in English, we have a tone. And Japanese, while it can also have like a tone in a statement to change the meaning, they often have grammar. That's what this is kind of doing. The nan desu is giving it a different vibe, an emphasis, right?
そうなんですよ.
All right, moving on. All right, so when do we use the nan and when do we use just un? Here we go. Here's the 4 cases. So a noun is always plus nan desu, always. A na adjective is always plus nan desu. Now, in all of these grammar, this is what we got to think about. How does it handle with adjectives? How does it handle with verbs? How does it handle with nouns? And nouns and na adjectives tend to be a group. And everything else tends to be a group. So e adjectives and verbs always tend to act similarly. All right. E adjectives is just un. And verb in any form, except that this is almost always, I can't think of any case at all where it would ever be like a polite form, like a maseng. I don't think those are ever a thing. It's always in the informal forms or the casual forms. All right, so let's see it in action. Here we go. Here's some examples.
犬なんですか?
Now, if we said inu desu ka? Inu desu ka means, is it a dog? But kind of the nuance with inu nan desu ka, it's a dog.
犬なんですか?
But is the meaning really different there? I mean, it really isn't. It's a dog. There's kind of the, oh wait, it's a dog. There's like, oh wait, is it a dog? It still means, is it a dog? But in English, we have to like, it's a dog. Japanese, they have inu nan desu ka? Right? Maybe you didn't think it was a dog. You're confirming. You want to just double check. Wait, it's a dog?
犬なんですか? 金曜日なんですか?
If you're new to Japanese, right? If you're looking at this is book 5, right? So if you're new to Japanese, you're thinking, this means, what is kinyobi? You're thinking, kinyobi, nan desu ka? What is it? That is never the case. This nan is not what. I know it seems crazy. That will never be in kanji. Okay? It's just like a modifier to the sentence.
金曜日なんですか?
It's Friday? Okay, everybody, we're having a meeting. Remember, the meeting is Friday. Oh,
金曜日なんですか?
Wait, is it Friday? It's Friday? Instead of 金曜日ですか? Is it Friday?
綺麗なんですか? 綺麗なんですか?
What if your friend has a girlfriend and he's announcing to you, hey, I just got a girlfriend. She's pretty?
綺麗なんですか?
She's pretty?
複雑なんですよ.
Your friend is dating somebody and you want to ask a question about it. And like, how's the relationship going?
複雑なんですよ.
It's difficult.
複雑なんですよ.
It's complicated. Right? Okay, here we go. verb. Verb, adding the un really doesn't change it. What would this be if it was もう行きますか? もう行きますか? It would be, are you going already?
もう行くんですか?
もう行くんですか? So maybe you're at a party, you see a guy leaving, you're like, wait a minute, oh, are you leaving already? That's the tone. Are you going, you're going home? You're going already?
もう行くんですか?
You see, it's a slight different nuance, but if you translate it as, are you going? What changes there? Nothing really.
もう行くんですか?
So don't sweat. If you see the un or the non, just don't worry about it.
昼ご飯はもう食べたんですか?
By the way, there will be the people in the comments saying, actually, hang on. They'll be like, actually. Oh, that's way too loud. Sorry. Actually, it's a little bit different than I learned in JLPT sensei taught me.
昼ご飯はもう食べたんですか? 昼ご飯はもう食べたんですか?
What is this? What are we talking about? We've got hirugohan. Okay. Hirugohan means lunch. Wa. As for lunch, talking about lunch, that's our topic. もう食べたんですか?
昼ご飯はもう食べたんですか?
Have you eaten lunch already?
昼ご飯はもう食べたんですか?
All right. Maybe you just hired a new guy at the company. You're a company that teaches Japanese and you just want to know.
彼は日本語が話せるんですか? 彼は日本語が話せるんですか?
And we could have said, 彼は日本語が話せるの? 彼は日本語が話せますか? Can you speak Japanese? You speak Japanese? Both of those things. All right. Now, here's some Q&A. I'm going to give you a question. And the question, by the way, could also have none in it. And the response can have none in it.
お父さんがくれた車はどう?
You could never say, お父さんがくれたん車. You can't do that. That non and that un doesn't ever come directly in a modifier. That would be just weird. It's just when you're using verbs normally, okay?
お父さんがくれた車はどう?
So someone says, hey, お父さん, your father, がくれた車. What is that? What does that mean? お父さんがくれた車. We learned this back in book 4, and I remember thinking it. I always think this, and I think I said it in a video. This is the most important grammar ever. What car are we talking about? We're not just talking about a car. We've modified the car with this verb phrase, お父さんがくれた. Father gave. The car that we're talking about is the car that your father gave you. And what about it? How is it?
お父さんがくれた車はどう?
How's the car your father gave you? Now, I saw a video a long time ago, and this inspired me for this answer.
嬉しいけどテスラじゃないんですよ。嬉しいけどテスラじゃないんですよ。
Ungrateful. What does that mean?
嬉しいけどテスラじゃないんですよ。
Now here, this is kind of the primary thing that's happening with the non, right? It's just you're relaying some information. You can emphasize thing. You can do confirmations, right? He's just saying, you know, I'm happy, but it's not a Tesla. That's the tone. I'm happy, but it's not a Tesla.
嬉しいけどテスラじゃないんですよ。
All right, here we go. A little bit of a longer one. Now remember, I want you to say it out loud in English. Matter of fact, you could repeat it once in Japanese and then translate it.
どうして泳がないの? 水が冷たいんですか? どうして泳がないの? 水が冷たいんですか?
The situation is you're at the beach and you're just kind of chillaxing there on the beach.
どうして泳がないの? 水が冷たいんですか?
What does it mean? どうして? Why? 泳がないの? That could have been どうして泳がないんですか? Exact same thing. It's why aren't you swimming? どうして泳がないんですか? Why don't you swim? But if we say it like that in English, it sounds like you're making a suggestion. Hey, why don't you swim? But she's saying, why aren't you swimming? どうして泳がないですか? Or どうして泳がないの? 水が冷たいんですか? Now here, we could translate 水が冷たいんですか? Is it that the water is cold? We're asking for a confirmation, right? That's really what we're doing. But again, it doesn't really have to mean that. You just have to know there's a slight nuance change, but it really doesn't have to. You could just say, is the water cold? 水が冷たいんですか? Same translation as 水が冷たいですか? 水が冷たいんですか? Same translation.
どうして泳がないの？水が冷たいんですか？
All right.
いや、冷たくないんだけど、お腹がちょっと痛いです。
What does that mean?
いや、冷たくないんだけど、お腹がちょっと痛いです。
So what does the ya do there? Ya is a way to say no when you're in disagreement. Is the water cold? No, it's not that. No. It's that intonation. No. 冷たくないんだけど. Notice how we're using it with だけど. 冷たくないんだけど. No, it's not that it's cold. That's what the kind of does there, right? It's not that it's cold. I could have also said, いや、冷たくないけど. No, it's not cold. But here we're giving the nuance of, it's not that it's cold. That's not the reason. お腹がちょっと痛いです. My stomach hurts a bit.
いや、冷たくないんだけど、お腹がちょっと痛いです。
All right, let's look at some conversations. A friend is holding a furry animal. That is the context.
この子が私のウサギです。
この子が私のウサギです. She's holding the animal. この子が私のウサギです. Now, when they say この子, it means this little baby. This baby, this kid. It sounds like you're saying this kid, but ko is like this little thing, this kid. You can use it for babies too, but it's normally things that you adore. この子が私のウサギです. This baby is my bunny, right? It's my rabbit.
ウサギなんですか?
What? ウサギなんですか? Wait, it's a rabbit? That's the tone. It's a rabbit? Now, if I had just said ウサギですか? Now, the alone gives you that kind of, wait, what? Is it a rabbit? It's okay, but ウサギなんですか gives it more of a, wait, it's a rabbit? It kind of implies there was something else there. You thought it was something else, right? You're confirming. You got to make sure, wait, it's a rabbit?
ウサギなんですか?
そうなんです。猫に見えるけどね。
そうなんです. Yes, that is the case. そうなんです. 猫に見えるけどね. We used 見える originally back in book 1. Remember that? Way back in that long time ago, like back when we were doing these videos in 2016 for book 1, we have a thing where you're asking your age and they say, 何歳に見えますか? How old do I look? We don't really talk about the verb there, 見える, but it means to look. And we have taught 見える after that as well. But 猫に見えるんだけどね. Sorry. Oh, look, I even did the 見えるんだけどね. You don't have to do that. You could have 猫に見えるんだけどね. You could have done that. Would have been fine. 猫に見えるけどね. But just because you learn the and the nan doesn't mean you have to do it everywhere, by the way. It's just try to watch when people use it. Know that it doesn't really change the meaning. It just gives a slightly different nuance, right? 猫に見えるけどね. Yes, that is the case. Even though she looks like a cat, or it looks like a cat. We don't know if it's a boy or girl at this point.
そうなんです。猫に見えるけどね。
猫じゃないんだね。猫だと思ったよ。
猫じゃないんだね. Notice that じゃない goes to okay? In practice, じゃない, だった, those go to always, okay? Even though they're not specifically a noun or, I mean, they're, consider them verbs, right? They are verbs. ない is from ある, and だった is from です, which are verbs, right? So, 猫じゃないんだね. Oh, okay, so it's not a cat. 猫だと思ったよ. I thought it was a cat.
猫じゃないんだね。猫だと思ったよ。
All right, let's look at the whole conversation.
この子が私のウサギです。
ウサギなんですか?
そうなんです。猫に見えるけどね。
猫じゃないんだね。猫だと思ったよ。
All right. moving on. All right, now we see a coworker sees another coworker eating a large piece of cake. He's just like, this cake is so good.
ダイエットじゃなかったの？
You shut your mouth. I'll eat cake when I want is the appropriate response to that tone. ダイエットじゃなかったの? Weren't you on a diet? Like, by the way, we could have said, ダイエットじゃなかったんですか? Were you not on a diet?
ダイエットじゃなかったの？
But you don't have to always do that. You don't have to force it in things.
今日は誕生日なんですよ。今日は誕生日なんですよ。
今日は誕生日なんですよ. It's in fact my birthday today. It's my birthday today. So shut up, Janice.
今日は誕生日なんですよ。
I need to give her a Japanese name.
ああ、誕生日なんですか？ああ、誕生日なんですか？
Now, again, if you're learning Japanese, you're like, what is tanjobi? That is not what that means.
ああ、誕生日なんですか？
Oh, the reason is that it's your birthday. Oh, it's your birthday.
そうなんです。
That is the case.
そうなんです。
おめでとうございます。
Congratulations. All right, let's look at in the entire conversation.
ダイエットじゃなかったの？
今日は誕生日なんですよ。
ああ、誕生日なんですか？
そうなんです。
おめでとうございます。
Next conversation. A neighbor sees a neighbor at home on a Monday of all days.
今日は休みなんですか？今日は休みなんですか？
Are you off today? Wait, are you off today?
今日は休みなんですか？
Could have just said, 今日は休みですか? Very straight. But here we're kind of like getting confirmation. We're like, well, wait a minute, wait. Normally you wouldn't be home. Wait, is it that you're on vacation right now?
今日は休みなんですか？
いや、実はクビになったんですよ。
Heavy information back from the neighbor there.
いや、実はクビになったんですよ。
Yeah. Yeah, again, refutes the thing they just said. It's like, no. Yeah. 実は in reality, クビになったんですよ。
いや、実はクビになったんですよ。
Remember, クビになる to become neck is to get fired.
そうなんですか？大変ですね。そうなんですか？大変ですね。
Is that so? Once you learn this non and un thing, you're gonna hear it everywhere. You probably already heard it, but now I want you to go watch a Japanese drama or a YouTuber and just see how often they use it.
そうなんですか？大変ですね。
Like if you watch like YouTubers and they're talking to another person, like they're gonna be using that non all the time when they're just kind of relaying information. Nan desu yo. Yeah, you know, this is the thing. Nan desu yo. So common. 大変ですね. Wow, that's rough. Oh, is that the case? That's rough.
そうなんですか？大変ですね。
大丈夫です。明日から新しい仕事です。
大丈夫です. It's okay. 明日から from tomorrow 新しい仕事です.
大丈夫です。明日から新しい仕事です。
This could have been a longer sentence like 明日から新しい仕事が始まります. New work starts tomorrow.
それは良かったです。それは良かったです。
Oh, that's good. All right, let's look at the full thing.
今日は休みなんですか？
いや、実はクビになったんですよ。
そうなんですか？大変ですね。
大丈夫です。明日から新しい仕事です。
それは良かったです。
All right, if you have any questions, post them down below. Thank you for everyone that got this far in the video. I'll see you all next time. じゃあね, bye bye. But in English, we have tone. We say things with a tone. Oops. There's no nuance that it's a problem. What is happening? Stop. This is my camera software. It's like randomly, I'll put it over here on this screen, so hopefully it'll pop up here next time. Oh my God. That has come up like 900 times during my prep work. And it's not easy for me to remove. Oh my God. I hate Windows so much. Could you stop popping things up on my screen? I literally said 9 times I'll do it later. No. Wait. No, it is. Oh my God. I thought the overlay wasn't there. Okay.
ダイエットじゃなかったの？
You shut your mouth. Sorry, that's the appropriate response. Wait, what just happened? Now this directly translates to it's new work, but really it's hey, oh my God, my computer is really being bad to me today. Sorry, all these disruptions.